Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning for another news update for Sunday, November 16, 2025. And I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, teen girl on bail after bullets are found in shoes. A St. Catherine teenager who was allegedly found with 2 rounds of illegal ammunition has been granted bail in the sum of $200,000 with a surety in the parish court on Thursday, November 14, 2025. She is Peyton Israel, otherwise called the Baby, an 18-year-old student of 8 Miles in Bannister District, Old Harbour. Attorney-at-law Sasha Gay Shaw made a successful bail application on her behalf. Your Honor, she is not a flight risk. She is a student of the Portmore Community College and will honor her obligation to the court, Shaw said. Parish Court Judge Janelle Nelson Gale granted bail with the condition that Israel reports to the Old Harbour Police every Friday. A fingerprint order was also made. She is to return to court on March 6, 2026. Reports are that about 5:30 a.m. on October 17, 2025, police personnel from Special Operations, armed with a warrant, conducted a targeted operation in Bannister. During a search of a room occupied by the accused, 2 rounds of ammunition were reportedly found inside a Puma shoes. Israel was taken into custody on suspicion of unauthorized possession of ammunition. She was later charged following a question and answer session. Rats torment a senior citizen after Melissa. Standing among scores of people outside the gates of the Beeston Spring Community Center in Westmoreland on Tuesday, Coral Miller wore a face of despondency as some around her feasted on boxed meals from World's Central Kitchen provided to the victims of Hurricane Melissa. All she could do was inhale the aroma. Miller, who was in her early 70s, said once again her foot was short and the food had run out on her, and she had walked for more than an hour from her Bugger community to get a plate. The young people them run like lightning, and the back man them ride gone to collect, so none for me. Food done for me again today. Saturday night me hear say one truck there the 4 road, but when me reach, the food done, and the man ask if me want clothes. Me say no, a little food me want, Miller said. As she wiped away perspiration from her face, Miller said she is not only hungry but homeless. The family homes in Bug were shattered by Hurricane Melissa, and after spending several days under a tarpaulin, she said she had sought refuge at the Bug Basic School, but her new dwelling comes with unwanted intruders. The era come in on me, and me I feel pain, so me take up a mattress and go up by the basic school, but rat would have killed me up there. Rat and mosquito go kill me up a Bug Basic School. And right now, me a worry say me I get the rat disease, said Miller, referring to leptospirosis. There is no back door, but me just stay there to take off the rain and night dew off me. And next man who live next door I stay at the school too. When me over there, me feel afraid. But what else to do? My daughter buy a tarpaulin to put up in the yard for us. But as she put it up, the breeze just tear it up. Right now, around on my house side me a bathe, Miller added. For her, the passage of Melissa was what she imagined Armageddon would be. It was a terrible thing, you know, and boy, I heard about 51 storm, and I went through Gilbert, but it wasn't like this. I think the world is coming to an end. After the house blew down, all 11 of us had to go up the hill, but when we go up to the house, it blew off too. The entire night I stand up in a little bathroom with the water past my waist, Miller said. Westmoreland Health Department officials have cautioned residents about contracting leptospirosis. They recommended not bathing in stagnant water, storing food in sealed containers, keeping it elevated above flood-prone areas, and discarding any items that may have come into contact with the flood waters. Parent who refused to break says 7-year-old haunted by memories of hurricane. Lying on a mattress in front of what's left of her Hurricane Melissa battered home, Marvinine Anderson held her 7-year-old son, Kalika Campbell, who is still traumatized after the storm destroyed his bedroom and left their house in Retrieve, Hanover, balancing on columns that threatened to give way at any moment. For 24 hours after the weather system made landfall last month, they huddled in the kitchen of their half-concrete, half-wooden house, listening to a gush of water from a culvert ran down the hillside and they started to erode sections of their land. In the darkness, they heard pieces of zinc banging against the house, while some took flight in the hurricane-force winds, which also took precious items they had bought over the years with it. As the wind howled and the structure shook, Anderson said she held her son as he cried and questioned when the nightmare would end. He is still saying, "Mommy, I'm traumatized," Anderson shared with the news on a visit to the community on November 5, just over a week after the Category 5 hurricane hit. "When the wind picked up last night, because that's his room, and you see the zinc that we used to batten the window is gone and the zinc is still there. So when the wind picked up last night, it was banging, and he was saying, 'Mommy, is Melissa coming back? Is that Melissa?' And I said, 'No, Papa, it's just the wind. It's just rough, and the fact that the land is no longer good makes it worse," said a clearly distraught Anderson. The mother of two said she is trying to stay strong for her son and 21-year-old daughter, Cassini McLean, fearful that if she breaks, she would never recover. "Mentally, I have to stay strong. I haven't shed a tear all now. I have to stay strong because the moment I break, I think that will be it." She had been crying. "I kept trying to tell her that it doesn't make any sense," said Anderson. "I have to be strong. I have to stay strong because I cannot afford to break. I cannot afford to break," she repeated, seemingly as a reminder to herself as she recounted the events of October 28. In what might have been described as a perfect timing to provide some comedic relief, her daughter walked by with a photo of herself. The picture had traveled with the wind to a neighbor's who found it at a section of the roadside and returned the precious item to McLean. As Anderson looked at the photo, a small smile flashed across her face and she chuckled, finding joy in the fact that something lost had been returned. The mother told the news that she had experienced Hurricane Ivan in 2004, but nothing came close to Hurricane Melissa, and the trail of destruction and loss is left in its wake. "It wasn't pretty. My son, he cried almost the entire time. He was scared. He kept saying he wanted it to go away. 'Melissa, please go.' When we came out on Wednesday morning after the hurricane to assess the damage, we didn't know it was this bad. We realized that this entire room was gone and basically everything was wet. We still have a bunch of wet stuff inside there. This mattress and that bed were down there on the hill. If you can look, the back door is still down there. The wardrobe was down there. The dresser is still there because that is gone. That is no longer good," she said. "We can't find most of the stuff. Most of the stuff is gone. Everything. I've been trying to see what I can salvage from last week. I've been washing from last Thursday, October 30. I wash every single day to see the amount of things I can save. I have some down there that I have to just throw them away. But all in all, we have to give God thanks we were able to salvage some things. Some persons were still worse than us," she said, looking out onto the mountain range. Anderson said that had it not been for her kitchen, which is made of concrete and is closer inland, they would have nowhere else to go. "We retreated to the kitchen and the fridge was our door at that point. We stayed in there and we kept asking when it's going to end, when it's going to stop, how long. I kept saying even before it came that the issue was that it was so slow, and at the speed it was going, I knew it was going to take a long time to move on. When it's actually here and you are in it, and you realize it seems like it was never going to end," Anderson recounted, looking up to the sky to prevent the tears from rolling down her cheeks. The gesture, an apparent reminder of earlier resolve I cannot afford to break. Khalid watched as she spoke. Unlike his mother, his eyes betrayed him and the tears flowed freely. At one point, the 7-year-old snuggled up to his mother, his face laced with concern. When asked if he was willing to share his experience, he quickly shook his head, hid behind his mother, held her arm, and buried his face into her side. However, McLean was more willing. The 21-year-old told the news that while she was not at the house during the passage of Hurricane Melissa, she sat in constant worry for days because she could not reach her mother after the storm. "I had service for a while, and then when I tried to call her, her service gone. So I was like, maybe she's okay. My roads were blocked. So after a couple of days I got through to her and she sent me a video. When I loaded the video, cold bumps appeared on my skin. I broke down. I had to check my blood pressure as well because I had to ensure I was okay. I had called everybody in the lane to see if she was okay. When I came and saw the house, Khalid broke down because he was saying he wants to come with me. But I was saying to him, there is a lot of persons staying where I am as well, so he can't come with me. McLean recounted, her eyes are filled with sadness. The 21-year-old has said she has since reached out to everyone she can for assistance for her mother and a brother who are now forced to live in ruins as they pick up the pieces. I don't want her to be here on heavy rain, and then she loses her bathroom, and then she loses her kitchen, and then there is just nothing. It's expensive to start housing, she said, worry etched across her face. Anderson shared that the rooms at the back of the house had caved in, and the soil that supported the back and the side of the structure had washed away. She also said that they have another portion of land that is better in condition and that belongs to her great-grandfather, but building costs are expensive. As they try to figure out their next move, the family said they would like some assistance to at least have a safe temporary shelter. Right now, food is not our issue. Our issue right now is the frontier, because we don't know how long the column foot is going to be able to hold. So that's our main issue right now, said Anderson. What we need right now is to get a roof over our heads. We have the other side of the land. That part is not as steep as this part, so we have that section. But we'll need help to get material and stuff in order to get something solid before we know we will be safe, she said, pleading for assistance. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.